P, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Got my Tara in the building. Brand new life coach. Just got certified. Amazing, 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 amazing. So proud of her. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. Remember, you guys, we throwing block parties all day. Don't mute anyone. That's really what today's conversation really is about. Yeah. Elisa, so good to see you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Again, be where your feet are. Listen with your ears and not with your emotions, especially when it comes to today's conversation. Tracy, so good to see you. Listen with your ears and not with your emotions. When emotions run high, the self-awareness tends to run low. When emotions run high, the self-awareness tends to run dry. All of a sudden, we react and we become what we react to. You got to remember that you become what you react to in life. Whatever you react to, you become. So you're no longer the asset in the situation because you've reacted emotionally. So you become the emotion, which means you're a liability to yourself in that moment. You're no longer an asset. You have no value to yourself in that moment because you're only seeing the situation through your emotion. You're not seeing the situation clearly and accurately. You're seeing the situation through your feelings. It's a bad thing. It's a dangerous place to be, but that's where how 95% of the people on the face of this earth operate. We react to everything. The moment that you react to something, you're no longer in control of yourself. The thing that caused you to react is now in control of you. You're not in control of yourself anymore. Hey, what's up, Namita? So good to see you, Mama. So good to see you. Good morning. Big homie, my brother, what's going on? You guys know what I say, tapping is clapping. Let's get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out. Let's get the likes up today so that we can get the medicine out. Hey, Tracy, so good to see you. Likes up so that we can get the medicine out. The world needs awareness. We're not suffering due to a lack of religion. There's religion on every corner. I can spin you around and put a blindfold you. I can spin you around and just tell you to take off walking. I promise you, you're going to hit a church. I promise you, you're going to hit a church. I can spin you around 360 degrees with a blindfold on and just tell you to take off walking. You're going to run directly into a church somewhere. So we're not suffering due to a lack of religion. We're suffering due to a lack of self-awareness. We're suffering due to a lack of emotional intelligence. We're suffering due to a lack of people not having mastery over themselves, people not knowing who they are. And if they can't appreciate who they are, how can they possibly appreciate who you are? How can I appreciate you if I don't even know who I am yet? If I haven't met me, how can I have an appreciation for you? How? If I haven't met me, how can I possibly have an appreciation for you? I haven't met me that deeply yet. Again, people can only understand you to the level of their consciousness, not yours. That's scary to me. That's terrifying to me. People can only understand you as deeply as they understand themselves. And the problem with that is that most people don't understand themselves, so they cannot possibly listen to you. To understand you. The most difficult thing in the world is to listen. Listening is arguably the most difficult thing in the world to do. I didn't say to hear. Anyone with a pair of ears can hear you. Listening is something different. Listening is a skill. See, when you start studying self-awareness, you're going to understand this. How's it a skill, coach? It's a skill because the self-aware person understands that when you're communicating to me, the most important person in the conversation is me. The most important person in the conversation when someone else is speaking is you. And you're the most important person because you're always listening through your programming and conditioning. You're always listening through your beliefs. You're always listening through your assumptions, right? It's important for you to understand that. So when that person is speaking to you, there's all of these filters that what they're saying has to go through in order for that information to reach you. And if that information isn't in alignment with what your programming and conditioning is, you'll reject what they're saying. So, but you won't understand that when you lack self-awareness. And in that moment, you're not listening to understand what the person is saying. You're listening to confirm what you already believe to be true. And if it's out of alignment with what you believe to be true, you'll shut down what they're saying. You'll sit there and say, yeah, I hear you. And okay, you'll do all of that. But you won't really connect with what that person is saying. Listening is arguably the most difficult thing in the world. I'm telling you right now, most people, when you're speaking to them, aren't listening to you. They're waiting to respond. They're waiting to confirm if what you're saying aligns with what they believe. They're listening through their programming and conditioning. They're listening from their belief systems. And the problem with belief is this: anything can be transformed into a belief. Just because you believe something doesn't make it true. A belief is a thought that you have repeated or revisited so many times that it has become crystallized in your mind. So just because you believe it doesn't make it the truth, but it makes it the truth for you. So when you listen to me, I don't need you to agree. I'm not trying to get you to agree. I'm trying to help you to understand. The self-aware person understands that already. The best that I can do for you is help you to uncover the roadblocks to the truth. To help you to uncover any roadblocks that may be stopping you from your spiritual transformation. That's the most that the self-aware person can do for you, but we understand that. But we also understand when we're speaking to you how that information is being filtered before it arrives. When it hits your heart, when it hits your mind, when it hits your spirit, when it hits your consciousness. We understand all of the roadblocks and the hurdles and the obstacles. The average person doesn't understand that. Why? Because they're too busy trying to make a point. They're too busy trying to win in the conversation. I don't want to win right now. There's nothing to win. I don't have a goal here. Most people, when they're speaking to you, they're trying to impress you with their knowledge. They're trying to impress you with, there's nothing to impress. There's no one to impress. When you become self-aware, you'll understand that. That gives me the ability to speak universal truth. That gives me the ability to show up as the most authentic version of myself. I don't have to pretend. All right, let's get busy. Let's get busy. Let's get started. Let's get started. None of that was about the lie, but I felt like I needed to say it. That part right there. And people are going to ask you, well, who are you? I'm everything and nothing at the same time. When you become self-aware, that becomes your mindset. Who are you? I'm everything and nothing at the same time. I'm nothing because whatever you think I am, no matter what I say, I can't convince you any more than what you already believe to be true about me. And I'm everything because the meaning that you're going to attach to me is going to determine whether I'm nothing to you or everything to you. So why waste all of my time and energy trying to convince you of who I am when you're going to formulate your own set of beliefs about me anyways? See, the self-aware person understands that. They don't waste time trying to impress you. They don't waste time trying to convince you that they're smart or convince you that they're wise. It's wasted energy because you're going to take, why? Because the way that we work is like this. You're going to take a snapshot of me. And when you take a snapshot of me in your mind, you're going to take a snapshot. When you take that snapshot, you are going to create a story in your mind about me. You're going to attach meaning to that. I'm either going to be the villain in that story or I'm going to be the hero in that story. That's up to you. I don't control that. Every time you meet someone, that's exactly how they're experiencing you. They either turn you into the villain or they turn you into the hero. You don't have control over that. So why would you show up pretending? Why would you show up and not be the most authentic version of yourself when this person is getting ready to create a story about you anyway? Whether it's a positive one or a negative one, where's the story coming from? Their programming and conditioning. Where's the story coming from? Their wounds. Where's the story coming from? Their ego. That's where it's coming from. So I'm everything and nothing at the same time. Pick a side. Doesn't matter to me. What your opinion of me is, doesn't matter to me. My opinion is the one that matters. God's opinion is the one that matters, not yours, because your opinion is only your perception of me. When you start moving through life that way, you're free. Let yourself out of the prison. There's no one to show up for. There's no one to pretend for. No more pretending. Because again, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, that person is going to take a snapshot of you. They're going to create a story based on that snapshot. They're going to attach belief to it. And that's going to grow the experience of you in their mind. And you will always be that version of you in the mind of that person. Even if that person is introduced to the truth later on, they still won't let it go. Why? Because their ego won't let it go. Even when someone else brings them evidence that they are dead wrong, they still won't let it go. I'm everything and nothing. Pick a side. You catch that, Musa? I know you caught that. So there's nothing you can do. That's why you walk through life being free. You walk through life with complete freedom, complete autonomy. What am I trying to impress you for? I have no power over the story that you get. And I'm going to tell you what makes me powerful. What makes me powerful is I understand how you're getting ready to create the perception in your mind about who you think I am. I already know that. You don't know I know that, but I know that. I'm looking at you and I already know that you're already creating a story in your mind about who you think I am. Because you took a snapshot of me, maybe because of the way I was dressed, maybe because of the way I'm built, maybe something I said, maybe something I may have said may have bumped up against your programming and conditioning, injured your ego. Boom, here comes the impression. Boom, here comes the story. Boom, here comes the belief. Boom, here comes your experience of me. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm everything and nothing to you. Pick what side you want me to stand on. And when you move through life this way, you become emotionally bulletproof because you understand how people work. That part right there, D. So you just be you. Show up and be you. Because no matter what you do, whether you're pretending or whether you're showing up as the most authentic version of yourself, you can't control the story that this person is getting ready to create in their mind about who they think you are. So if they're going to create a story anyway, why not create a story? I'd rather you love me for who I really am, or I'd rather you hate me for who I'm not than to love me for who I'm in. I'd rather that. All right, let's get busy getting busy. We got a lot of ground to cover, 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 a lot of ground to cover. A lot of ground to cover. Let's go. Again, let's get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out, you guys. It's so important that we bring, self-awareness to the world. So important, so important, so important. This is the most important platform on all of social media because it's the only one that's consistently talking about self-awareness and people becoming the greatest, strongest, and most powerful versions of themselves. It's important. These conversations are important. They're the type of conversations that should be had on every single platform. What you never hear me talking about is celebrity gossip. What you never hear me talking about is sports. What you never hear me talking about is who's in a relationship and who's not. I don't give a damn about none of that. Why are we not addressing what's really happening in the world, considering the fact that we all have to share this planet together? Why are we spending so much time talking about stuff that doesn't matter? We spend so much time talking about things that don't matter. It's mind-blowing to me. And all of the things that matter, no one's talking about. But everybody's suffering. We're not talking about it, but everybody's suffering. Make it make sense. So Presley, my brother, what's going on? Master yourself. It's the most important thing in the world. Because if you haven't mastered yourself, you haven't mastered anything. What have you mastered if you haven't mastered you? What's the name of the entity in you that was so intelligent that it developed the ability to master something else, but lacked the intelligence to master itself? Make that make sense. What's the name of the entity in you right now that has developed the ability to master something outside of itself, but failed to use that same intelligence to master itself? That shows you the programming and conditioning right there. We master relationships. We master our job titles. We master what's going on with the kids. We master social media. We got to do all of these things outside of ourselves. We just don't have it mastered ourselves. We've mastered everything except for us. That's how programmed and conditioned we are. That's how programmed and conditioned we are. That should show you right there. That should make you do a hard pause right there. Because what I'm giving you is universal truth. We know more about the things outside of ourselves than we know about ourselves. We know more about how other things work than we know about how we work. And then the moment that you break down, you run to the therapist. The moment that you break down, you run to the psychiatrist. You run to the doctor. You got to put everything else together, just not you. You can fix all of the things happening outside of you, just not you. And the easiest thing to master was you. But see, that's why we got programmed and conditioned. Because if you master yourself, you become too powerful. Oh, now it makes sense. If you master yourself, you become too powerful. So we don't want you to learn how to master you. We want you to go figure out how everything else is. And then go talk to the therapist over here when you break down. Go talk to the pastor when you break down. Go talk to the psychiatrist when you break down. Go chase everything. Just don't chase yourself. Go discover what everything else is. Just don't discover what you are. Because if you discover what you are, we lose power. So no. Don't figure you out. You're a little too powerful. You figure out who you are, one person. Let me tell you something about your father in case you don't know. It only takes one of his creations to transform this entire world. It only takes one. That's how powerful he is. It only takes one. Any person carrying a single drop of what he is can transform this entire world. That's how powerful he is. It only takes one. Now, if you got 4 or 5 or 10 or a group, it's game over. That's how powerful he is. And the powers that be know that. So people don't want you to discover who you are because you are too powerful. What you carry in you is too powerful. It's that match that could ignite the entire forest. That's how powerful you are. It only takes one match. Whole forest gone. One match. Let's not let them know that they're the match. No, we don't want to let them know that. Because if they discover that they're the match, they may ignite another match that ignites another match that ignites another match. We still talking about Jesus 2,000 years later, God's creation. Still talking about him like he just left yesterday. Give a damn whether you believe in him or not. We're still talking about him 2,000 years later, as if he was just here. He's as relevant in your mind right now as he was 2,000 years ago. Just imagine the impact that he has on your life, and you didn't even meet the man. That's what I'm saying when we're talking about something that God created versus something that man created. We've been programmed and conditioned to chase man's creations because no one wants you to discover God's creation, which is what you are. Because again, you become the match. That match becomes so powerful. And once that match is lit, you'll never put the match out. Once you become self-aware, once you become spiritually awakened, it's game over. You can't unring that bell. That's one bell that you will never unring. That's why it's important for you to discover who you are. That's why it's important for you to stop chasing people. That's why it's important for you to stop chasing titles. That's why it's important for you to stop chasing labels and just chase yourself. You are already in possession of the greatest asset ever created in history. I'm not talking about the iPhone. I'm not talking about some car that Tesla made. I'm not talking about some Ferrari or Lamborghini. All of that comes out of the mind of man. You are already in possession of the greatest asset ever created. And there are people that don't want you to know that. There are people that don't want you to know that. They don't give a damn how much information you acquire. They don't give a damn how much knowledge you acquire. They don't give a damn how wise you may think you are. They just don't want you to wake up to the truth. Discover everything but the truth. Go chase, go chase, go chase. Everything you chasing is the reason why you're stressed out. Everything you're chasing is the biggest reason why your life is out of alignment right now. Everything they told you to go chase is why you're stressed out or depressed or unhappy or you don't feel like you enough because you're out of alignment right now. You're out of alignment with who and what you really are. You're out of alignment right now. You're out of alignment with God. You're out of alignment with your divine essence. You're still identifying as the me. You're not identifying as your I. So you're not standing in your full power right now. You're not even standing in 1% of your strength and your power right now. Not even 1% of it. When I say the kingdom of God is in you, it's in you right now. Heaven is a frequency. It's a frequency that you can tap into right now. It's the highest level of consciousness. You can't get higher than that. It goes heaven, love, happiness. You can't get higher than that. But people don't want you to know that. They want you to think it's someplace. Not understanding that it's in you right now. The kingdom of joy is in you right now. But we want you to think these things are somewhere outside of you. So that you can start looking. How you going to ever find what you never lost? How can you discover what was never missing? How you going to find it? Everything is about alignment. That's it. Everything is energy. Everything is about alignment. It's about you being aligned with who you really are, what you really come from. And people don't want you to know that. And it makes sense to me. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I get it. I get it. Makes all the sense in the world. I get it. I promise you I do. I'm not mad at anyone. I ain't got time to be mad. That's wasted energy. It's all about alignment. It's all about you waking up to who you really are. Will you wake up to who you are, or will you just continue to be who you've been programmed to be? Placing all of these limitations on yourself. Doubting yourself. Allowing fear to have a seat at the table of who you are. Creating the suffering, creating the mess, creating the imposter syndrome, creating the worry, creating the limiting beliefs. You're creating it all. You're so powerful, you create it all. You don't understand. The only thing there is the present moment. And if the only thing there is the present moment, that can only mean that the present moment is you. You are life. You don't have a life. You are life. Man, you got to wake up. You don't have a life. You are life. You don't experience the present moment. You are the present moment. There's only one thing in this world, love. And if there's only one thing in this world, that means that that's the only thing that you are. There is nothing else. There's love, and then there's the absence of love. And all of your suffering, all of the problems, all of the drama, all of the wars comes from the absence of love. That's it. That's all. There is only one thing. And then there's the absence of the one thing. And anytime that you're in an environment where the one thing is not there, problems are going to start. Drama is going to start. Chaos is going to start. People's wounds are going to be projected onto you because they don't understand what they are in that moment. They're asleep. But there's only one thing. Wake up. There's one thing. And if there's only one thing, that means that every single thing is made of the one thing. Every single thing is made of God. You, most importantly. There is nothing else. There's that, and then there's the absence of that. And anytime that you've been hurt, anytime that someone's hurt you, anytime that someone's projected their wounds onto you, anytime that you've suffered, anytime that you've experienced fear, it's because you were standing in the presence of the absence of love. That's it. I don't even have to be there. I can tell you that. There's one thing. And you and the one thing are directly connected. There's no, with no degree of separation. There is no separation there. So what's the goal, coach? What do? You remove, you stay in alignment. That's where you start. You don't have to become self-aware yet to apply this formula. You stay in alignment. What does that mean? That means that you remove everything from your life immediately that takes you out of alignment with what you are. Period. You remove everything from your life immediately. I don't give a damn how much you think you love the thing. Remove anything from your life immediately that takes you out of alignment with love's presence in your life. That's it. That's where you start. If you don't know where to start right there. Anything that has you questioning yourself, anything that has you doubting yourself, anything that has you not loving yourself, anything that's causing you to show up small, anything that's causing you to shrink so that you can fit into the situation has to go immediately if you claim to truly love yourself. Because you cannot claim to love yourself and allow things that are hurting you to remain attached to you. Again, that's if you claim to love yourself. If not, then let everything stay connected to you. Some of you guys are in situations right now where you have things connected to you. You have things that are attached to you that are hurting you. You know it and I know it. And they're hurting you, which means that they're impacting your self-concept, which means that they're impacting your beliefs, which means it's impacting the way you see yourself, which means that it's blocking happiness's presence in your life, blocking love's presence in your life, blocking joy's presence in your life. But you're hanging on to the thing. You're hanging on to the very thing that's causing you all of your suffering. Five-star respect or nothing. That's it. That's the whole mindset. You want to know what the most powerful mindset is? That's it right there. Five-star respect from this moment moving forward. Five-star respect or nothing. Every single person should be bringing five-star respect into your life or nothing. And that's not some one-way street. It's a two-way street. We're talking about unilateral relationships versus bilateral relationships. No more unilateral relationships in your life where it only favors one side. Okay, you want bilateral relationships. So every single thing in your life happening right now from this moment moving forward, five-star respect or nothing. And why is it five-star respect or nothing, coach? Because respect is free. That's why. It doesn't cost a person a dime to respect you. Respect is free. So what is that person signaling to you when they won't give you what does it cost them anything? Make that make sense for me. What do I have to be thinking about you when I make a conscious decision to not place five-star respect on you and it doesn't cost me a dime? Doesn't cost me anything. Some of you guys are in relationships right now where respect is not there. And it doesn't cost that person anything. So what do they really think about you? If the person is not respecting you at a five-star level, what do they really think about you? And it doesn't cost them a dime. Tell me, make that make sense for me. Maybe you know something that I don't know. What do they really have to think about you to not give you what doesn't cost them anything? So your mindset in this moment has to be five-star respect or nothing. That's my mantra. It's five-star respect or nothing. Don't give me four-star anything. Don't give me three-star anything. You keep that. There's plenty of people that will accept your three-star respect. There's plenty of people that will accept your four-star respect. Five-star respect or nothing. Make a choice. And if you accept anything less than five-star respect after today's conversation, you're the problem in your life. Just go look in the mirror. Don't point the finger at anybody. Just point the finger at yourself. If you accept after today's conversation, if you accept anything less than five-star respect and it doesn't cost a person to give you a dime to give you that, just know that you're the problem. Just know that your standards are the problem in your life. Just know that. So don't complain about what somebody didn't give you. Don't complain about this. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. We're not focused on yesterday because yesterday's not focused on us. What matters is what happens right now from this moment. This is that's what repentance and awareness means. It just means take on a new mindset. We understand what happened yesterday. We may have lost in all of it yesterday. I bet you we won't lose today. I bet you we won't lose from this moment moving forward. Yeah, we may have lost yesterday. Yeah, you may have gotten off yesterday. I bet you that won't happen anymore. I promise you that won't happen anymore. And I'm not going to even hold you accountable for whatever it is you may have done yesterday. From this moment moving forward, this is what it is. And if you can't give me that, then you don't deserve to have access to me. And that's not open for discussion or debate. We don't need to have a town hall meeting. We don't need to sit down and talk about it. There's nothing to talk about it. Bring the five-star respect or don't bring anything. That's it. We don't need to talk. There's nothing to talk about. And let me tell you what that person is going to do. Let me tell you what the person who hasn't been giving you 5-star respect. Let me prepare your mind right now, because I've been doing this for 2 decades. Let me tell you what they're going to do. Who you been listening to? What's changing in you? You acting different now. That's exactly what they're going to say to you. What that means, let me translate that for you. What they're really saying to you in that moment is this. Now I have to start giving you the respect that I haven't been giving you. That's really what they're saying. I've got to start giving you what I haven't been giving you. And I don't want to give it to you. So where is all of this coming from? That's what they're telling you. I need you to understand that. The first thing they're going to say to you is who you've been listening to. Where is all of this coming from? Again, translation. Why do I have to start respecting you now? Why do I have to start placing value on you now? Why do I have to start giving you what I haven't been giving you? That's the translation. Don't get that confused. Please don't get that confused. Don't add anything to it. You don't need to add anything to it. Just understand that when you are going to hear that, and don't respond when you hear it. Just say, damn, Coach was right. Coach was right. He said exactly what she said exactly what Coach said he would say. First thing you're going to hear is, where is all of this coming from? But the person that had been placing 5-star respect on you is a person you don't even need to have a conversation with. And the person, even if you did need to have the conversation with that person, they would be like, good for you. Because they already given you that. So it's not work for them. It's nothing hard for them. They already been producing that for you. They'd be like, wonderful, that's good for you. I'm glad you stepping up. Keep that energy all the way across the board though. Whatever you tolerate, you invite more of it. Don't let that go over your head. I said, whatever you tolerate, you invite more of it. If you tolerate that disrespect, you're inviting more of it. If you're turning down the volume on your voice, you invite more of it. If you have to shrink in certain moments around certain people, you're inviting more of it. Whatever you tolerate, you invite more of it. You have to walk away from the love you thought you wanted if it's destroying the love you have for yourself. I said you have to walk away from the love you thought you wanted if it's destroying the love you have for yourself. Come on, y'all. You have to walk away from the love you thought you wanted if it's destroying the love you have for yourself. Some of you guys are in that situation right now. Let me tell you something that's beautiful. Healing makes you private. Growth makes you picky. And self-awareness makes you unbothered. Let me say that one more time. Healing makes you private. The moment you start healing, you're going to be in a state of isolation. You're private right then. Your growth is going to make you picky. Why is growth going to make me picky, Coach? Because now I only want people in my life that are emotionally intelligent. Now I only want people in my life that are self-aware. And then the self-awareness, which is what you become on the other side of your growth, makes you unbothered. I'm not worried about losing anything because nothing was mine to lose. Healing makes you private. Growth makes you picky. And self-awareness makes you unbothered. I understand now as the self-aware version of me that I'm complete. I understand as the self-aware version of me that I am love. I understand as the self-aware version of me that I am happiness. I understand as the self-aware version of me that every single person that I add to my life can only enhance what's already there. But they can't take anything away from me because I am everything. But I was programmed and conditioned to think that I was incomplete. I was programmed and conditioned to think that I was not enough. I was programmed and conditioned to think that the love that I was needing or seeking was somewhere outside of me, because no one has ever sat me down and said, the love is you. No one has ever sat me down and said, happiness is you. No one has ever sat me down and said, joy is you. I thought that those things were coming from outside of me. So I've been searching for something that I've been in possession of this entire time. But that day is over now. It's over now. Those days are over now. Healing makes you private. Growth makes you picky. And self-awareness makes you unbothered. That part right there, Tina. That part right there, Stacy. Never again. 5-star respect. And for my students, 5-star respect or nothing. I don't give a damn if I got to drive to your house and sit out front. 5-star respect or nothing. We're not doing 4-star anything. We're not doing 3-star anything. 5-star respect or nothing. If you don't have anything that's in your life that can give you, go get a dog. Dog gonna give you 5-star respect all day. Get these people out of your life. Go get you a dog. The dog gonna give it to you all day long. Five-star respect or nothing. One more time, you have to walk away from the love you thought you wanted if it's destroying the love you have for yourself. That has to go. Because your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings. I said your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings. See, when I'm dealing with people that lack self-awareness, your feelings terrify me. Oh, I'm terrified of your feelings. Because your feelings are a reflection of your thoughts felt in your body. And your thoughts are the byproduct of whatever it is that's happening with your programming and conditioning. Your thoughts are coming from whatever it is that's happening with your wounds. Your thoughts are coming from whatever it is that's happening with your self-concept. That scares me. Because now you've created a story in your mind regarding why you think you need this person and they're your everything, and all of your feelings are a reflection of that. So I don't trust your feelings when you lack self-awareness, which means that your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings, because you can't trust your feelings until you become self-aware. Because your feelings may be a reflection, or your thoughts in that moment may be a reflection of your wounds. It may be a reflection of the unhealed versions of you. So you can't trust that. So my self-respect has to kick in. It's the insurance policy to my feelings. You can't always trust your feelings. Can't always trust your emotions when you're not self-aware yet. Because it's your emotions that's telling you to stay in the bed and don't go to the gym in that moment. It's your emotions that's telling you, hey, you should stay home and don't go and start that business. It's your emotions that's telling you, now don't go to the business seminar, you can catch it next year. It's your emotions that's telling you all of that. So I don't trust your emotions until you wake up. We're not doing that. That's why I say your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings. Because your feelings can be reflective of some things that's not accurate. Your feelings can be reflective of some things that's not reality in that moment. Just because you feel something doesn't make it true. What did somebody say? What's the difference between what and what? That went so fast I couldn't even see it. Well, your feelings are a reflection of your thoughts felt in your body. So whatever you're thinking, you're going to feel. Okay, that's feelings. Let's put that over here. Your emotions, though, are indicators. Your emotions are indicators. They're like the check engine light for your car. They are not the problem. The same way that when you're driving your car and that check engine light comes on, the check engine light is not the problem. The check engine light is there to let you know that you're going to have a future problem if you don't get whatever it is that's going on under the hood of your car taken care of. The check engine light is your ally. It's not your enemy. Okay, so freeze that thought. That's the same thing that's happening with your emotions. Your emotions are indicators. They're coming to let you know that you're out of alignment with the truth. They're coming to let you know that the story that you've created in your mind about what you think should be happening in reality is not in alignment with reality. Your emotions are there to let you know that you're hanging on to something that's no longer serving you, no longer adding value to you, and you need to let that thing go. So that's what your emotions are. They are indicators. They are the check engine lights to who you are. The same way that you have that check engine light in your car. Think about the check engine light in your car. If you didn't have the check engine light in your car, how would you know when your car is having a problem? How would you know? You might be driving across country, and if you don't have a check engine light and there's low coolant or something in there that was a small problem, not even a big deal, but because you didn't have something to help you, because you didn't have something to keep you in alignment in that moment, now you stuck out in the middle of nowhere. So your emotions are never the problem. They are indicating to you that you're going to have a future problem if you don't stop holding on to the past. If you don't stop being out of alignment with reality. If you don't stop hanging on to your illusions and your falsehoods, you're going to be in trouble. That's what they're there to let you know. They are your allies. They are never the enemy. They are never the problem. They point to what the problem is. Your emotions point to what the problem is. But you've been programmed and conditioned to only focus on the emotion, not to what the emotion is trying to point you in the direction of. So you never solve the problem because you're too busy looking at the emotion. We've turned our emotions into enemies. We're always running from them. So we never learn, we never grow, we never evolve. If you knew how to utilize your suffering, you'd be one of the most powerful people walking. You would literally be in the top 1% right now if you knew how to utilize the suffering in your life. It's the greatest gift that you've ever received. You just didn't know it. You don't look at it as a gift, so you can't receive the benefits of it as a gift. You think something is wrong with you when you're suffering. No, the suffering is coming to tell you something is wrong in your life. Something is wrong with the story that you've created in your mind. This person no longer adds value to you. That yesterday you keep clinging to that situation, or you're clinging to your wounds, or you keep reactivating the memory trace from some previous experience that you had, and you keep projecting that onto the present moment. Everything in your life is serving you. There is nothing hurting you. The only thing that hurts you is the meaning that you attach to things. The only thing that hurts you is the fact that you have a filter in your mind where you categorize things as good or you categorize them as bad. Reality doesn't fit your filters. That's why you suffer. Because you're trying to filter everything as good or bad. Everything in reality is good. What make good or bad doesn't exist in reality. It only exists in your mind. And when you become self-aware, you will understand that everything is working out for you. Everything is leading me to my spiritual awakening. I've been looking at things through the wrong filter. It's no different than you wearing glasses. If I give you the wrong glasses, it's going to mess your vision up. No matter what happens. See, we're trying to change our lives through windows that are wet from the rain and the storm. You trying to change things, but you can't really see out of the window because you got all of this water coming down. Wait, freeze, stop changing things. Nothing needs to change. The one that needs to change is you. When you change you, everything outside of you changes. But if you never change you and you're always trying to change what's happening outside of your window, that means out in reality, you never change. You never grow, you never evolve, you remain the same. Nothing is wrong with reality. What's wrong is our programming and conditioning not aligning with reality. That's why we suffer. Unnecessarily, I might add. All is well. All is well. Your life is beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. It's the most beautiful thing in the history of this planet right now. I don't give a damn if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you got 2 cents in your pocket. I don't care if you don't have anything in your life right now. If you have a life, you have the most beautiful thing in the world. You are in possession of the most beautiful thing in the world. You are in possession right now of the most beautiful thing in the history of this planet. Just ask someone whose life has been threatened because maybe they're battling some terminally ill disease. Ask them the value of life. You are desensitized to your own life because you have so much access to it. And when you say you don't like your life, what you're really describing is your accomplishments. That has nothing to do with your life. What you're really describing is all of the goals that you haven't hit. That has nothing to do with your life. What you're really describing is your chapter 1 versus someone else's chapter 20. That has nothing to do with your life. Your life is the greatest gift that God has ever given you. It's the foundation that you build everything on. It's the table to who you are. So when you say you don't like your life, what are you talking about? When you say you have a bad life, what are you talking about? It's humanly impossible for life to be good or bad. Humanly impossible. The greatest gift you have ever received is your life. Go ask that person that's sitting in that nursing home with all of that regret. They would do anything to have your life. Go ask that person that's sitting there that just got diagnosed with the cancer. They would do anything for your life. They give up that $1 billion. They give up that mansion. They give up that Rolls Royce. They would give up the fame and all of the social media likes and all of those things. They give it away to have 1 year of your life and you neglect it. You don't take advantage of it. You think that something is wrong with it because you are desensitized to it. That's your tragedy. You wake up every single day and you are actively engaged in making yourself miserable because you're always paying attention to what's missing. You're always paying attention to what's not there. You're always paying attention to what you don't have. That's why you don't like your life. You spend more time focusing on what's not there than you do on what's there. Let me say this to you. What's up, Brian? You welcome, you welcome, you welcome, B. You welcome. Muhammad, my brother, what's going on? Nothing's wrong, man. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Let me say this to you. Muhammad, my brother, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Kia, that part right there, Kia, all is well. All is well. Let me say this to you. You're picky about the car you drive. You're picky about the clothes you wear. And you're picky about the food you eat. Be just as picky when it comes to who you allow to have access to you. Be just as picky when it comes to not tolerating disrespect from people. Be just as picky when it comes to not showing up small, since you're being picky anyways. See, you're picky when it comes to the type of car you drive. You're picky when it comes to the type of clothes you wear. You're picky when it comes to the type of food. All of the things that we should be focused on, we're not focused on. See, we'll stay in a toxic relationship. Why aren't you picky then? We'll tolerate the disrespect, but why aren't you picky then? We'll show up small in situations and place people on pedestals. Why aren't you picky then? Why are you picky about all of these things that are insignificant? Picky about the clothes, that's insignificant. Picky about the type of car you drive, that's insignificant. Picky about the different type of food. Oh, coach, I don't eat chicken, but you'll tolerate the disrespect. Coach, I don't like steak, but you'll stay in these wrong relationships. You're not picky when it comes to the right things. You're picky about all of the things that don't matter. So what I'm saying is this. If you're going to be picky anyways, and you are, I get the fact that you're picky. There's certain things that I don't like as well. But I'm consistent across the board. I'm not going to just be picky when it comes to the car, just be picky when it comes to the clothes, and just be picky when it comes to the food. But I'm not picky when it comes to this toxic relationship. I'm not picky when it comes to allowing the wrong people to have access to me. I'm not picky when it comes to set myself down in environments that aren't in alignment with who I am becoming. Or I'm not picky there. But I'm picky when it comes to all of the things that don't matter. Who gives a damn whether you eat chicken or steak? Get out of the toxic relationship. Who gives a damn if you like fish or tuna? Get out of the toxic situations. That's what matters. Again, since you're going to be picky anyway, be picky about the right things and keep it consistent across the board. Because your standards is what's creating and producing your life, whether you realize it or not. Been in a toxic relationship for 5 years, but you picky about the clothes. No, you picky about the wrong thing. You should apply that energy to the relationship and the clothes won't matter. And be extremely picky about who you choose to call your significant other. Be extremely picky about who you choose to call your significant other, who you choose to call a friend. Again, whatever you tolerate, you invite more of it. If you tolerate the disrespect, you invite more of it. If you tolerate showing up small, you invite more of it. If you tolerate shrinking in the moment, you invite more of it. If you tolerate turning down the volume on your voice, you invite more of it. Whatever you tolerate, you invite more of it. So you got two choices here. You either build the life that you want, or you're going to continue to build more of what you don't want, because you're doing one or the other when you wake up in the morning. You're either building the life that you want, or you're living the life that you don't want. And if you're giving your focus, your time, your energy, and attention to the life that you don't want, you're building it. Respect should be the first thing you give yourself in the morning when you wake up. It should be the first thing you give yourself is respect. Before you reach for that phone, before you reach for your significant other, before you reach and check your messages to see who said something about your little videos that you posted, before you do anything, the first thing that you should give yourself, before you reach for the kids, the first thing that you should give yourself is respect in the morning, a healthy dose of that. Why, coach? Because it sets the tone for everything. It sets the tone for everything. If respect is not there, nothing is there. If respect is not there, you don't have anything. Because respect and love are opposite sides of the same stick. It's impossible for a person to say that they love you and they're disrespecting you at the same time. Something is not real there. Somebody has tricked you somehow, some way, or trying to manipulate you somehow, some way. If I'm telling you out of my mouth that I love you, but I'm disrespecting you every single day, then I don't really love you. I need you. There's some role that you play in my life. Maybe you make it so that I'm comfortable in life. Maybe you help to provide the lifestyle that I have. Maybe you're financing my goals and dreams. That's what you're getting from that person in that moment. There's need there. And the moment that that person gets what they need from you, they will cut ties from you. The first thing that you should give yourself when you wake up in the morning is respect. Before you reach for that phone, before you reach for your significant other, before you reach for the kids, before you reach for anything, give that to yourself first, because it sets the tone. Today, I won't tolerate disrespect. Today, I won't tolerate abuse. Today, I won't tolerate showing up small. Today, I won't tolerate turning down the volume of my voice. And this is just the internal dialogue. I'm not talking about anything you need to go tell someone. This is just your mindset. Then it sets the tone. Now your brain is like, oh, got it. Let's go. When respect has been lost, everything is lost. If you are in a relationship right now where there's no more respect, the relationship is over. Let me news flash you real quick. If respect is not there, nothing is there. Manipulation is there. Need is there. There's some value that you add to that person's life. That's there. There's some role that you play for that person. That's there. If respect is not there, nothing is there. That's the only filter that you need to look at your relationships through. Because if I don't respect you, that means I place no value on your presence at all. That part right there, Tara, no respect, no you. And don't try to jumpstart the situation. And that's not an invitation for you to try harder. If respect is not there, that means that the story that that person has created in their mind about you does not align with who you really are. They've got a version of you that lives in their mind that they don't respect. But in that moment, you may still bring value to the relationship. In that moment, that person may still be benefiting from you. In that moment, you may be financing something from them. In that moment, that person may be leveraging your credit. In that moment, they maybe they can't go out and get their own house or get their own apartment because maybe you guys are splitting the bills. There's a reason why that person is keeping you around when respect is not there anymore. And if you look at your life right now, you'll see it. It's staring you right in the face. If you're being disrespected, I promise you there's something that you're doing for that person that's keeping them around. You know that and I know that. If there's no respect in that relationship, if you're constantly being disrespected, I guarantee you there is something that you are doing that's keeping that person around. So really you financing the relationship, in other words. That's what you're doing. That part right there, Monica. Just look at it. If you just look at it, and even if it's not you, even if it's a girlfriend or a guy friend or whoever it is you have, and they're not being respected, they calling you all the time talking about, oh, they disrespect me this, and I'm tired of being disrespected, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that. Look at the role that person is playing in the life, and you'll see it. It's staring you right in the face. Guarantee you. If you're suffering in any capacity, it's because you have added someone to your life. It's not coming from you. If you're suffering in any capacity right now, it's because you have added someone or something to your life. Boom, watch this. And whatever that thing is that you have added to your life, what's happening to you is that you are having a negative reaction to the thing. Because the thing no longer adds value to you. And what's happening right now is that you may not know how to get rid of the thing. You may not know how to detach yourself from the thing. So you keep showing up every single day, but here's what I need you to understand. You're going to keep showing up every single day, but what your brain is doing is it's attaching meaning to that person. Your brain's job is to keep you in alignment. Your brain's job is to keep you safe, and it's always scanning the environment. It's looking for things that add value to you. It's looking for things that are taking value away from you. So that person that you have added to your life is no longer adding value to you. Your brain is scanning the atmosphere and it's always locking in on that person. And what it can't understand for the life of it, what it cannot understand is why you keep hanging on to the thing that doesn't add value to you anymore. It can't solve that riddle because your brain is not emotionally connected to the person. It's trying to keep you safe. So it's looking at this person as a threat to you because you keep waking up every single day, showing up to this relationship that you don't want, showing up to this job that you don't want, showing up to these friendships that you don't want. And your brain is like, what are we doing here? You're supposed to be in control of the situation. The situation should never be in control of you. Right now, the situation is in control of you. You're not the master of the moment. You're being mastered by the moment. So your brain is confused. One more time. If you are suffering in any capacity right now, it's because you've added someone to your reality. And it is that addition that's causing you to have a negative reaction. The person is not responsible for your feelings. The meaning that you attach to the person is what's producing your feelings. The story that you've created in your mind now aligns with reality, meaning that you're not seeing them through some illusion anymore. You're not seeing them through your fantasies anymore. You're not seeing them through their potential anymore. You finally caught up with reality. You're finally standing in the reality of this person and you're saying, you don't add value to me anymore. But now you're so deep in the relationship that you don't know how to detach yourself from it. But that's where all of your suffering is coming from. This person is almost to the point where they annoy you. See, let me tell you something about indifference. Indifference is powerful because once you reach that place of indifference, you can't come back from that. I don't give a damn how many flowers they buy. I don't care how many meals they cook. I don't care how many cars they wash. I don't care how much dry cleaning they drop off. Nothing can bring you back from indifference. Because indifference means it doesn't matter what you do. Just don't do it around me. I don't care where you go. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you do it with. I'm done with you. I'm at the rock bottom of who we are. I'm indifferent. It doesn't matter what you do. Nothing you do is going to emotionally impact me. The best thing that you can do is walk out of my life right now. Some of you guys are at that place where you're indifferent. Nothing beats that. Indifference is the most powerful place that you will ever reach when it comes to your relationship. When you become indifferent, where your partner's behavior was so toxic that you're like, you know what? I don't care what you do. I don't give a damn what you do. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care where you go. I don't care who you call. Just go. In fact, take your problems to that person over there. Some of you guys are in situations like that right now, right? Or you know someone that's in a situation like that right now where they're just indifferent, where they're just completely desensitized because your partner's behavior has brought you to that place where emotionally you're just detached. You just don't know how to physically detach yourself from the situation because something is keeping you guys there. That part right there, Sammy. I'm telling you, some of you guys are there. And there may be, and here's the thing, maybe you got kids together. Some of you guys may be in a situation where you got kids together. You're indifferent toward the relationship, but you're like, okay, we got kids together, or we got this house together, or we got this business together, or there's something physically keeping you there. Mentally and emotionally, you're already out the door. But physically, something is keeping you there. Yeah, it could be money. It could be stability. It could be all of those things. But at what cost? That's what's important. At what cost? Money is more important than your happiness. Comfort is more important than your happiness. Waking up every single day, investing time and energy in this bottomless pit, that's worth it for you. At what cost? What is it costing you mentally? What is it costing you emotionally? What's the tax on your spirit when you're waking up every single day in this cage that you live out of? So what, that you can impress a bunch of people that don't matter anyways? You mean to tell me that you're more concerned with how your life looks to everyone else than how it feels to you? Who gives a damn how many Louis bags you have if you don't feel good? Who gives a damn about how many mansions you live in if you don't feel good? Who gives a damn about how many Rolls Royces you jumping out of if you're not happy? Stop being so concerned with how your life looks on social media and be more concerned with how it feels to you. Because how can you claim to love yourself if you're staying in environments that are out of alignment with who you are? How can you possibly claim to love yourself if you're staying in situations that are out of alignment with who you are? Just make that make sense to me. No amount of money is worth your happiness. No amount of Gucci bags and Louis bags is worth your happiness, is worth your peace of mind. You ain't got peace in your mind. You got chaos in your mind. But you got all the bags in the world. Coach, I've got designer everything. Coach, I'm jumping out the Benz trucks and all of that, but I'm miserable internally, but I look good to everyone, Coach. I'm walking around pretending, Coach. Well, you gonna pretend, you might as well be an actress. Get paid for that at least. Yeah, all of that pretending, man. You gotta come on. It's just not that serious. Don't get me wrong. There was a time when I get it. You know, it was the material world and everything that the material world brought to the table that mattered. You know, but if your value is found in external validation, then you're not free. If your value is found in you needing someone else to complete you, then you're not free. If your value is coming from your public perception and the way people see you on social media, you are not free. You are a slave to everything you own. You are a slave to that toxic relationship that you wake up in every single day. That's lowering your vibrational frequency, having you unhappy, chaos living in your mind. Peace is not in your life. Peace doesn't come to you. Peace comes from you. So if there's anything in your life in this moment that's blocking your peace, it's too expensive. If there's anything in your life right now blocking happiness's presence, it's too expensive. See, let me say something to you. You got to get to a place in your life. You got to get to a place mentally where you let people know the brand of love that you offer me doesn't work for me anymore. The type of love that you give me doesn't work for me anymore. And here's the thing. I don't want you to change. I'm not asking you to change. I'm asking you to remain exactly who you are. I just need to let you know the type of love that you offer me doesn't work for me. That's living in your truth. That's living in your authenticity. That's living in your divine essence. What you bring to my table doesn't work for me anymore. Until you get to that place, you're not living as the most authentic version of yourself. When you can set people down, the level of friendship that you bring to my life, it doesn't work for me anymore. Sitting around talking about people, places, and things and our problems all day and what happened yesterday and celebrity guy, that doesn't work for me anymore. And when you have that conversation with that person, let me tell you what's going to happen. See, that right there is the most powerful thing that you could tell a person. What I just said to you, the level of love that you bring me, and don't say it with some anger. Don't say it with some condescending tone. Don't say it with attitude. Whisper it. Whisper it. It has more powerful in your whisper. There's more power in your whisper than it is with you shouting. People don't hear your shout. They hear your whisper. Whisper it to them. You know what? The level of love that you give me, I appreciate. It just doesn't work for me anymore. When you say that to that person, it's going to slice their ego in half. You want to talk about reaching a person beyond the ego, beyond the programming and conditioning, say that. And then you follow it up with this. And I'm not even asking you to change. I'm not asking you to change. I'm just letting you know I can't do that anymore. In that moment, you become the most powerful person in the room because you're not asking them to change. You're not asking them to try harder. You're not asking them to do anything different. I'm just here to let you know that doesn't work for me anymore. And I don't want you to change. I'm just done with that. I've outgrown that. This doesn't work for me anymore. The days of waking up and settling doesn't work for me anymore. The days of me showing up small doesn't work for me anymore. The days of me showing up and not getting my wants, needs, and desires met doesn't work for me anymore. The days of me being everything for you and nothing for me doesn't work for me anymore. Doesn't work for me anymore. Because when you say, I don't even want you to change, you shut the door on the relationship. You shut the door. That's the greatest lesson you will ever give that person, because that lesson doesn't require fighting. It doesn't require arguing. And you help that person. You help them so much in that moment, because now you've given them the gift of contemplation. Now you're making them think. For the first time in the relationship, they are thinking. For the first time in that relationship, you are giving them the gift of thought. And guess what's going to happen when you do that? Oh, watch this. In that moment, your value skyrockets. In that moment, they're going to place so much value on you. Why? Because you did it quietly. No arguing, no fighting, no TVs on, no R&B playing in the background. Just sitting down, having a conversation. Just sit down and say, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. And when you say, I don't want you to change, I'm just letting you know I can't do it anymore, you shut that door, but you increase your value simultaneously. That person in that moment, all of the things that they used to do in the beginning, they're going to start doing them. All of the flowers and the door opening up and the this and the that, everything that they used to do in the beginning, they're going to start doing it immediately, because now they see the tail lights of who you are versus the headlights. See, they've been looking at the headlights this entire time. That's why they ain't been placing value on you. The moment that you start seeing the tail lights of someone, it scares people. Scares the hell out of people when they see your tail lights. We don't value headlights. We value those tail lights, though. We don't value what's coming. We always value what's gone. People spend more energy focusing on what's gone than they do on what's coming. Look at your life. You'll see it. Because if we valued what's coming, we'd be the happiest people on the planet. We value what's missing. We value what's not there. We value who walked out. We don't know who's walking in. So how can I place value on that? So the moment that person gets an opportunity to see your taillights and you look so serious, you got that conviction in your eyes and that conviction in your heart, value increase, value skyrockets. Value skyrockets. Now you become the priority. You're no longer the option in the situation. All right. I'm going to put a pin in it right there. That part right there, Lynetta. That quiet storm, Lynetta. That quiet storm, when you set it down and do it so quiet, so cool, so calm, don't raise your voice, don't shout, don't stomp, don't start, do you remember when yous and all of that, don't get into that. You take all the power away from the conversation. Don't remind the person about all the times that they showed up small. Not important. Not important. Don't do that. You lose all your power. Speak from the present moment only. Don't start reminding. Don't start talking about what used to be. And this is why you went wrong. This is how it turned left. Don't do that. It's not important. It's all irrelevant. Don't do that. You lose all your power when you do that. Start from the present moment. And you just simply say, the love that you've been giving me doesn't work for me anymore. And I don't need you to change. I don't need you to do anything different. I don't need you to try harder. I'm just letting you know out of respect, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. I appreciate everything, but I can't do this anymore. This doesn't work for me. See, and I tell you guys this all the time. Everyone has a different definition of what they think love is. And so whatever that person thinks love is and whatever your definition of love is may not align. And that person is projecting onto you whatever they think love is. But where'd they get that from? They got it from TV. They got it from magazines. They got it from watching their friends. They got it from looking at their parents, from R&B songs and different things like that. The average person can't tell you what love is. They don't know what it is. So how can I give you something and I don't even know what it is? I'm giving you what I heard someone else say, something that sounded cool at the time. I thought that that would work for you. Come on, this doesn't work. That's why emotional intelligence is so important. That's why self-awareness is so important, because the average person can't tell you what love is. They have no clue. I'm going to give you something and I don't even know what it is. All right. Hopefully, you guys, love is you. You are love. Love is not something that you can define. Love is something that you are. Love is not something that can fit into your concept. When you give that person your consciousness, when you give that person your energy, when you give that person your focus, when you give that person your attention, you are giving them love. You are energetically transferring over to that person what you are. I tell you guys this all the time. There's three things that you cannot describe. You cannot describe happiness. You cannot describe love, and you cannot describe God. You can't describe those three things using words alone. They are things that can only be experienced. So when you give this person the experience called you, you are giving them love, because love is what you are. It's not what you seek. It's not what you chase. It's what you are. When I gave you me, I gave you love. Does that make sense? Did everybody catch that? That's why I tell you guys, the greatest gift that you can ever give someone is you. You are the gift. You ain't got to add nothing to it. You are the gift. Love is what you are. So when you give that person you, and not only that, it's 8 billion experiences that I can have on the face of this earth. Come on, let's live in the truth. There's 8 billion experiences that I can have on the face of this earth. 8 billion people. I could have 8 billion different experiences. And I chose you. I got up on Monday and I chose you. I got up on Tuesday and I chose you. I got up on Friday and I chose you. I got up on Sunday and I chose you. I'm waking up every single day and I choose you. Out of all 8 billion people on the face of this earth, I wake up every single day and I choose you over and over and over again. What do you mean you're disrespecting that? What do you mean you don't value that anymore? What do you mean you're not appreciating that? And I'm giving you everything that I am. Not walking away, not cheating on you, not being disloyal to you, not lying to you, giving you the best of everything I am. And because you haven't discovered what you are, you can't appreciate what I am. So I have to remove love. The same way I added it, I have to now remove it, because it's my job to protect it. That's my job. My job is to protect love, because love is what I am. I've got to protect it. I've got to make sure that it's in the right environments. I've got to make sure that the wrong people don't have access to it. I've got to make sure that no one's disrespecting it. I've got to make sure that it's never showing up small. I've got to make sure that I'm not turning down the volume of my mouth. I got to make sure of that. Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys. So the next time you ask someone asks you, what is love? Say me. Say it with your whole chest. Say it with your spirit. Say it with your essence. Say it from your core. And don't follow it up and try to explain it after that. Say me and then walk off. Leave them sitting there stuck. It's not a play on words. It's not bumper sticker talk. I'm giving you God's truth right now. It's what you are. That part right there, Tara. Say that with all the power you have in your body. All right, real quick. For anyone that's new to the, I appreciate that, Mama. I appreciate that, Mama. I appreciate that, Mama. For anyone that's new to the platform, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in what a label I just placed on myself. I hate labels. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I hate labels. I hate labels. I hate labels. And I try to teach my students, don't place labels on yourself because you place yourself in such a small box. But anyways, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, helping people to become the greatest and most powerful versions of themselves. Also, helping people to understand that you are both the problem and the solution to your own life. You are both a masterpiece and a work in progress all at the same time. God has already given you the masterpiece. The masterpiece is already what you are. What does that mean, coach? The love in you is the masterpiece. Your consciousness is the masterpiece. Your energy is the masterpiece. Now what we have to do is bring your thinking up to masterpiece level. Bring your belief in yourself up to masterpiece level. Bring your self-concept up to masterpiece level. And in that moment, you become the greatest thing walking. In that moment, you become one of the top 1% where you're no longer seeking external validation. You're no longer looking for someone to choose you. You're no longer looking for someone to believe in you. You understand that you are love, so you're not looking for it in someone else. You understand that you are happiness, so you're not looking for it in someone else. That's the most important moment of your life. The day that you decide, I am everything I need to be. I'm already complete, coach. I am whole. I'm not missing anything. It was my programming and conditioning that had me thinking that I was missing things. It was my ego that had me thinking that I was missing things. It was what society had programmed me to believe that had me think that I was missing things. I haven't been missing anything. I am everything. And everything is me. That's the most powerful place to be. That's where I want to help you arrive. And that's what we do with Mindset Masters. Mindset Masters is a community that we've created, which is one of the fastest growing communities on social media. And we teach you everything that you've been hearing over the last, hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. With respect to mastering your mindset, becoming self-aware, becoming a master of self, the highest level of emotional intelligence, relationship mastery, all of these things so that you can become the most powerful version of yourself. So that you can become that masterpiece, so that you can become the solution, the blessing, the answer, the path, the goal, the way for your own life, and you're not producing any more of your suffering. That's where I want to help you guys to get to. So what's going to happen is that you guys will have an opportunity to join my community. Like I said, again, it's an exclusive community, the fastest growing community on social media. So many people have just in the community and people that I've been coaching have become life coaches. That's how powerful the information is. Have become life coaches, have become master life coaches, content creators, public speakers, you name it. It's happening. And with Mindset Masters in this movement that we've started, it's about bringing self-awareness to the world. It's about bringing self-awareness to the modern era because we all need it. You are the medicine in your own life. You are the solution for your own life. The answers that you seek are not outside of you. They're all contained within you. And when you unlock yourself, you'll understand that. But again, most people haven't met themselves that deeply. So we look for our answers from some external perspective, but you can't solve an internal problem from an external perspective. And that's what awareness is going to bring you to. It's going to bring you to that place where you fully understand that you are the solution. But you're not just the solution for yourself. You're the solution for every single person you come in contact with because you are the divine. I need you to get that. And so if you are ready to become the most powerful version of yourself, let me tell you one more thing about the community real quick. All of my live streams are archived inside of the community. I've got a podcast that's inside of the community. You guys are going to have access to that. I write every single day. All of those things are posted inside of the community. The community is amazing. It's positive energy. There's love in the community. Again, everyone in the community has a growth mindset. It's the most positive place on social media. I promise you. If you don't tell me anything else, you will tell me that. Coach, there's not a more positive place on social media. I can promise you that. You won't find one because there's not a fiber of negativity inside of the community because everyone has a growth mindset. Everyone is becoming self-aware. They're becoming the most powerful versions of themselves. So it's all love and life. There's no competition in there. No one's competing. No one's competing. Everybody on social media is competing for attention. We're not competing because the goal is to let's all help each other get to that place where we are all standing in the shoes of the greatest versions of ourselves. And it's just the most beautiful place to be. That's number one. So again, if you are looking for that place, looking for that home where you can come and start your spiritual awakening, where you can come and become a master of self, where you can increase your emotional intelligence and become the greatest version of you, just type me in the comments right now. I'm telling you right now, this is the best place on social media. And you guys are also going to receive a free copy of my book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? The entire community is $1 a day. That's it. No contracts, no long-term obligations. $1, $29 a month. That's it. Because self-awareness is something that everyone should have access to. It shouldn't be something that's only for the super wealthy and all of these other things like that. If you don't have burning desire, please do not sign up. If you don't have a burning desire to become something greater than you are in this moment, don't worry about signing up. I need people in this community that have a burning desire, because if you can bring the burning desire, I will bring everything else. That's all you need, is to bring that burning desire. It's it. But if you don't have that, then nothing's going to happen for you. That's all you need, is just a burning desire. You can bring the desire, I'll bring everything else. Copy and paste that link, you guys. Copy and paste that link that God's Girl has up there. Hold it down for like 3 seconds. Put that in your browser, and it'll take you to the sign up page. You get signed up. It's going to take you, I don't know, maybe a minute to get signed up, and then you guys are good to go. Love you too, Muhammad. Damn, I didn't even see you on here, my brother. Love you too, Muhammad. Vonnie, where's Vonnie at? Where's she at? Where's Vonnie? Oh, there she is. Let me see what she got. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Oh, you okay? Awesome, 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 awesome. I'm so glad that you're back. So, Vonnie too. Let me shout you out real quick. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you so much for creating that video. Thank you so much for creating the tutorial for our community. It's amazing. It's amazing. And what makes it even more amazing to me is the fact that you just did it without even me even asking, or Coach Sonia even asking. It's amazing. What an addition, what an asset. Not only are you to our community, but what you've created and what you've added, and all of the people that are going to be able to benefit, that are coming into the community, whether it be today, next week, next year, next month, whatever, because of what you created. That is amazing. And for the rest of the people that are inside of our community, you know, let's be proactive like that. You know, if you see something that's missing, build it, create it, add it, you know, because let's make sure that the experience is richer for every single person that comes through that door. And that's something that she did. And again, it wasn't something that we asked her to do. It was something that she just did, and she knocked it out the park. So I just wanted to shout her out. Thank you so much for that, love, from the bottom of my heart. Like, you crushed it with that. You crushed it with that. Crushed it with that. Yeah, but I mean, she's a pillar of the community. She's an asset. Where would our community be without her? Where would our community be without her? So that's that. But that's the kind of thing that we have going on inside of this community. People just doing awesome things, creating videos, creating content all over social media. People are just doing things that it's amazing. But what she did was for our community is incredible. Any other questions? You guys have any questions? Yeah, Monica, that part right there. I'm gonna tell you something that I'm not gonna let her off the hook on. The fact that she hasn't got shadow box with me yet in the community. Yeah, I'm holding your feet to the fire when it comes to that one. You get a pass though now. You get a pass now because you created something so fire for the community. I can't really say nothing. Yeah, but yeah, don't. I got that seat waiting for you. I got that seat. It's got your name on it. Right in the space shuttle, right next to me. No, but she's incredible. She's incredible. I know she's ready, Red. That's what I'm saying. She's beyond ready. Vonnie like, come on, coach, I'm coming. I'm at the store still. Okay, coach, I'm coming. I'm on the freeway. Yeah, I'm going to shut the whole freeway down. Make sure you make it. That live stream. This, she's a beast. I'm telling you, she's a beast. I already know. I keep hearing it. I just want to see it. I keep hearing. I'm going to jump in one of those, jump in one of you guys. Me and Coach going to have to come jump in. Yeah, but she's all love. Like, she's amazing. All right. Look at Muhammad. Muhammad's a beast too. I've been hearing about Nephew's a beast too. D's a beast. Tara, Red. Come on, what's going on? I'm trying to see what's going on. Devani's ready. I know she's ready. I know she's ready. I'm just trying to see. Let me see. So who do we have? How many people we have? Who's in the community? Who's not in the community? I'm telling you guys right now. Get signed up today. Get signed up today. Get signed up today. Don't overthink it. Sir Presley, my brother, don't overthink it. Just take the shot. The best thing that you can ever do in life, take the shot. That's what you'll tell me. At the end of the day, you'll tell me that. Coach, that was the best decision I made all year. Take the shot. Don't overthink it. That part right there, Lala, all is well. Susie Sue, I see you. I see you. Yeah, who's signing up today? Who's getting signed up today? We want our community to be most powerful on social media. That's really what I'm shooting for. I got a different goal than everyone else. I want our community to be the most powerful.